Hello.
Then. Now.
Countdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
Forever.
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, and welcome to episode number, is it 21? And yeah, of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We are on the go-home show for SummerSlam for the Red brand. We've got some big segments. We've got so many big segments tonight that we've only got 6 matches on the show, which is, I normally go for 7, but 6. We've only got 6 tonight because there's so much lore I've got to dump in. We've got CM Punk and Cody Rhodes face-to-face in our main event. We're going to reveal the host of SummerSlam. Logan Paul and KSI are here. Plus, we've got a 8-woman tag team match. It's Becky Lynch, Lara Valkyria, Tegan Nox and Piper Niven against Cora Jade, Roxy Perez, Bianca Belair, and Jakara Jackson. If the heel team win that, then they go on to SummerSlam to wrestle for the championships. And a whole lot more. So without any more further ado, let's jump straight into this go-home show. The show opens off with the music of the greatest of all time, John Cena. And he comes to the ring. You know, people are shocked to see him. You know, he's not been gone for very long because he was here, you know, for King of the Ring, but that was on SmackDown. But of course, he is a free agent, so he can float anytime. So yeah, he's here on SmackDown tonight. On SmackDown Raw. He goes, "What is up, Portland?" He goes, I know. You're all surprised to see me here. And truth be told, I didn't know when you'd next see me again. Obviously, I know next year I'm coming back for my retirement tour. 2025, John Cena. The last time is now. Get your tickets now. I'm doing many, many dates. But I thought, you know, I lost to Swerve. Okay, Swerve, he's a great World Heavyweight Champion, one of the best to ever do it. He beat me fair and square back at King of the Ring in Mexico. And I didn't know if I thought that was it for me for 2024. But then I was on the phone last week to Triple H. And Triple H said, "Hey, John." Oh, he said in his voice, he went, "Hey, John, you know, SummerSlam's just around the corner. We'd love to have you around." And I thought, no, you know, I've just wrestled. You know, we can't give away too much of the good stuff before 2025. Then the retirement tour loses all its luster. And then that's when Triple H came up with the great idea. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls in Portland, Oregon tonight, and boys and girls this Saturday and Sunday night in Phoenix, it is my pleasure to introduce John Cena, the self-claimed greatest of all time, as the host of SummerSlam. Now, I know I've got a lot on my plate right now. You know, movies, you know, Peacemaker. I think we're filming more of that soon. But once that's all geared up, 2025 will be on my horizon, and my dedication to this craft will be doing what I do and doing what I love to do for the people that I love to do it for you one last time. That's when Jay White's music hits, and then him and the Guns come out. And he goes face to face with John Cena. He goes, "Look who it is. It's the greatest of all time," they call him. It's John bloody Cena. Now, John, you know, I, like many people growing up, was a big fan of yours. You know, WrestleMania 27, you main evented that show, you know, a show that actually got me to chase this and want to become a professional wrestler. Because I knew, even back then, that if I was to do this in this ring, I'd do it better than you. And what I said was true, by the way, you know. Back in 2011, I wouldn't even think about this. I didn't even know wrestling was a possibility for a guy like me. Then I won tickets when I was 18 years old to go to Atlanta to watch you wrestle The Miz in the main event of WrestleMania 2027. And then I saw that night, and I saw everything that night, and I thought, I can do this. And I've proven that I can, John. Because look at what's in my hand right now. The prestigious WWE Intercontinental Championship. Held by so many great legends in history. We're talking guys like Bret the Hitman Hart. We're talking guys like Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, CM Punk, and wait, no. John, you never won this, did you? Which is funny, because, you've been here for 22 years, you've done it all, 16-time world champion, 3-time Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank, WrestleMania, multi-time headliner. But Switchblade Jay White has done something in 4 months here in WWE that you couldn't do in 22 years. So, some greatest of all time you are, John. My legacy already outlasts yours. Cena goes, I see that championship over your shoulder, kid. It's a great title. Unfortunately, it is one that has avoided my grasp for the better part of my career so far. But last time I checked, my career doesn't end for another 16 months. But 16 months is a long time, Switch. A lot can happen in 16 months. A lot can happen in 6 days. So you can come out here right now bragging to me about being the Intercontinental Champion. That's great. I'm proud of you. And maybe one day next year on my retirement tour, you and I can share this ring. But what's more important than you facing off against me on my retirement tour, potentially next year, is what's coming up at SummerSlam. Because you may not hold that championship until next year. You may not hold it for another week, because you've got one hell of a challenge lined up for you at SummerSlam. Then LA Knight's music hits. He goes, let me talk to you. Now let me see. I'm standing back there, and what do I see in that ring? I see 4 very conflicting personalities. I see John Cena, one of the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time, if you ask, Samantha Forever in the ring announcer. I've got Bitchblade and his Billy Goat beard looking scraggly like he hasn't slept in a week because he can't sleep because he's waking up in sweats thinking of the Cavalca of the megastar who's going to take that Intercontinental Championship from him in just 6 days' time at SummerSlam. Yeah. Then I see those 2 ass boys. They're quite frankly a waste of time. If I'm even honest for you, me and my friend Wes Lee stomped those ass boys out, and now they cling on to Jay White like he's the ass boy and they're the Nats. Yeah. So here we go, Switch. You don't need to talk to John Cena. Forget all about John Cena. I know you came out here to make a name off him, but it's not him you need to be talking to. You need to be talking to me, LA Knight, the man who's got you this Saturday night at SummerSlam. Let me tell you like this. You know who else has never held the Intercontinental Championship in his career? This guy. But records are meant to be broken, Switch. And in just 6 days' time, I'm going to walk out of Phoenix, Arizona, the new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of the world. I'm going to storm down to that ring next week. I'm going to be Intercontinental Champion. And maybe, John Cena, it'll be you, one-on-one with the People's Champion, the Megastar, next year on your little retirement tour. With everybody saying, John Cena, Cena sucks, and LA Knight. Yeah. And then Jay White, he tries to get the jump on LA Knight. Like, he goes to hit him from behind with the IC title. LA Knight ducks out of the way. And he, runs into Cena. Cena gets up on his shoulders for an AA. The ass boys pull him off. Pull him to safety. Jay White flees out of the ring. The ass boys go to follow, but LA Knight and John Cena do grab them. LA Knight plants Colton Gunn with the BFT. John Cena plants Austin Gunn with the AA. And LA Knight and John Cena do stand tall. And yeah, Cena will be the host of SummerSlam this weekend. I brought him back for the match with Swerve. I had nothing else for him to do at SummerSlam, so I thought, yeah, fuck it, he can host. So yeah, big time match and a nice little segment to open Raw. We then see Lyra Valkyria and Killer Kelly walking through the hallway. And Lyra's like, you're not angry, are you? And Kelly goes, I'm not angry per se, I think it's great that you're gonna, even if it's with Becky, I think it's great that you're going out there and really branching out and getting on SummerSlam and becoming champion. I'm not the jealous type. Okay, I know my name's Killer Kelly, but I'm not cold-blooded. Because I just thought it'd be weird, because considering everything with you and Becky. Kelly goes, Lyra, it's fine. Go team up with Becky. I haven't got an issue. I just want to let you know that maybe the Becky that you idolize getting into this industry, she's not the same woman that's gonna team with you at SummerSlam. You know, she's different now. And Lyra goes, different? Well, we're all different, really, aren't we? And then Kelly goes, no, she's really weird. And Lyra goes, I don't really think she's that weird. And then they open up Becky's locker room door, and she stood there in, like, the most ridiculous, like, David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust outfit you've ever seen in your life. Maybe even with the face paint on and her hair, like, all messed up. And she's got big sunglasses on. She walks up to Lyra, and she takes her sunglasses off, and she just boldly, just, like, straight face, just walks up to her and just goes, take your clothes off, bird girl. And then Kelly's like, oh, peace out. And slams the locker room door shut. Lyra goes, excuse me? She goes, if you're going to be my tag team partner, you can't go out there looking like you do every single week, okay? You're giving me an ick, okay? And I don't like icks. Okay, I like superstardom. And look at how pizzazz, the kids call it aura, bird girl. And Lyra goes, I see. Went, so, I actually took your measurements while you were sleeping. And when I was sleeping, I think this will fit perfectly, okay? So, go try it on. And get back to me if anything doesn't look comfortable. Lyra goes, sure. Thanks, Becky. And she, like, awkwardly walks off. And Becky just watches her walk away, just, like, smiling, wiping a tear from her eye, going, oh, my little chick, she's already blossoming into a dove. We then cut to Gorilla. Dominic Mysterio's there, getting all fired up. And Christian, you know, he's there. He showed up. He's giving a big dad speech to Christian. He's got his arm around his shoulder. He goes, okay, baby. Here's what you gotta do tonight, kid. Dijak out there. He's gonna be angry. He's gonna be looking for blood. Okay? Because he's a disappointment to me and our family. You're my best son, my youngest son, my golden child. So you need to do Daddy a favor out there and put this raging, lunatic disgrace to the family down before this can get out of hand. Got it? Dominic goes, yeah, I got it. And then Dominic goes out there for Dijak versus Dominic Mysterio. Gets an 82. And of course, you know, if Dijak wins, he faces Christian at SummerSlam, so Dijak wins in 11 minutes and 5 with Feast Your Eyes. Both men get a 77. So 82 for the match is pretty good. And yeah, Dijak confirming that he will go one-on-one with his former mentor / I guess father, Christian, at SummerSlam. We then cut backstage. And Kathy Kelly's guests are Big E and Kofi Kingston. And she says, Kof, you know, it's been a crazy couple of weeks for you. You know, first with everything that went down with E and Jew and Bronson Steiner, to Xavier Woods becoming king and getting a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. You know, what is the mindset of the New Day going on right now? And Big E goes, as much as I would love to get back at Bronson Steiner, there are things that are more important than petty grudges like that right now. Bronson Steiner speared me in half, and now he got to deal with an animal at SummerSlam. But the New Day's mind is on one man and one man only. That's our boy Xavier Woods. You see, Woods, he made a promise, he made a declaration to the brothers in the New Day that he would win that World Heavyweight Championship, and me and Kofi had his back every single step of the way. So you're goddamn mistaken if we're going to sit back here while he's over there doing his damn thing at SummerSlam. So that's why next week, or this week even, this Friday, we've struck a deal with Adam Pearson, Nick Aldis, and me and Kofi will be on SmackDown. And we'll be in our boy Xavier Woods' corner at SummerSlam. And then Chad Gable walks in. He goes, hey, you know, just stopping by, Kof, you know, a nice little catch-up, you know, how long's it been, huh? Many, many months since I saw either of you two. But what do you want, Gable? Because I hear you talking about Xavier Woods. And, you know, Xavier Woods, smart guy, just like me. I like him a lot. He and I were two sides of the same coin. But do you really think he's good enough to beat Swerve? Hell, I thought I was good enough to beat Gunther, and I still am, but I didn't. But now I've got this briefcase that says that I'm the next in line to become world champion. Does Woods have one of these? I don't think so. So enjoy Woods' shot at the big time, boys. Because who knows how long it could last. Thank you. And then he walks off. Oh, this rated Kevin Patrick, didn't it? Ick. AJ Styles and Kevin Patrick. Sit down interview. We've got 2 of these, right? This is part 1 is with AJ. Part 2 is going to be with Finn. And Kevin Patrick goes, AJ Styles, this weekend you and Finn Balor will go 1-on-1. For the first time in WWE here in, 6-7 years? When was TLC? 2017? Yeah, that was 7 years ago. And this match comes with a lot of history, from WWE and outside of the WWE. AJ goes, it comes from a history of AJ Styles, the most underrated professional wrestler in the history of this industry. Now I know what you're saying, Kevin. How can AJ Styles, 2-time WWE champion everywhere he's gone, WrestleMania main eventer against The Undertaker, be underrated? Because you hear all about the game-changing megastar superstars. You hear all about the generations like the John Cena, the Randy Orton. You hear about the Roman Reigns, the Cody Rhodes. You hear about the great wrestlers like the Daniel Bryans. But nobody puts me in any of these camps. I'm the greatest of all time. We just had John Cena out there parading around himself as the greatest of all time. That's me. I beat up John Cena twice. So, Kevin, when I was, really trying to make my way to WWE, I did what Finn Balor did. I latched onto the hot new thing at the time, but I didn't latch onto a hot new thing. I made that hot new thing and elevated it beyond what it was before I took it on. Okay, you ask Gallows and Anderson and even hell Tama Tonga where everything was before AJ Styles stepped in. It had plateaued. And it plateaued under whose leadership? Not mine. Finn Balor's. And then once AJ Styles left, he went to WWE. Well, things continued to go up for the club. It was never really the same after that. It became an inner circle for a group of friends who went on to do their own thing, and they left the rotting corpse of the club to die. That club died with me, Kevin. It was born through Finn Balor, and it died with me. I bring all this up because I'm sure there are some people out here who don't know the story. But why I really bring it up, Kevin, is because I'm sick and tired of this 25 quarter-of-a-century career being tied down to what I did in Japan. I'm more than just that guy who does 2 sweets. I'm phenomenal. And I'm going to get back to the very top of this industry by myself, riding nobody else's coattails. And that starts at SummerSlam, when I kill the last remnants of that godforsaken club and dispose of its creator, of Finn Balor. And then AJ Styles will once again become WWE champion. And then get a quick backstage segment in Gorilla. Zoe Stark, she's all fired up and angry. Get ready for a match. She's got a match with Stephanie Vaquer coming up next. When Sol Ruca goes up to her, she goes, "Hey, Zoe." And she goes, "Hey." Just listen. I know you and Stephanie had a little weird thing last week. And I get you, we're friends. I know how you can be sometimes. You're a bit, grumpy. She goes, "What do you want?" And I'm just saying, we did aid Stephanie, She does appreciate us stepping in last week. It was just a heated moment because we all lost. So, try to not be... And Zoe's like, "Be what?" And so I was like, "Yourself." So he just sneers and goes, "I'll do what I want out there, Sol." And then we have the match. It's a 77. Pretty good match, actually. Stephanie Vaquer does defeat Zoe Stark, though, in 10:52. 81 for Stephanie, 50 for Zoe. And yeah, nice little women's match. And after the match, Zoe Stark is all pissed off. she like gets in Stephanie Vaquer's face. They go forehead to forehead. When Sol Ruca sort of steps in, like pulls Zoe Stark away, and she goes, "Zoe, relax. Okay, shush, relax." And then Stephanie Vaquer offers a handshake out to to Zoe, and Zoe sort of like sneers down at it and like looks back up at her in disgust. When Sol is like, "Shake," and then Zoe does reluctantly shake hands with Stephanie Vaquer and storms off to the back, and Sol Ruca follows her. Yeah, trying to find. I know this is like fucking trying to split an atom. Trying to find a character for Zoe Stark. That's an oxymoron right there. But I guess sort of just angry little gremlin, sort of like Butch, but not called Butch and not wearing suspenders. I guess is the best thing I can compare it to. Like, just angry, like short-tempered, like. It's ready to snap at any moment. I guess that's the only thing I can really think of for Zoe Stark, which actually does pair well with Sol, because like Sol Ruca, she's chill, she surfs, all that jazz, and then Zoe Stark is the hot-headed one. So they make a nice little dynamic. Again, trying to find a character for Zoe Stark is like finding a needle in a haystack. But hey, I might have touched something. Then cut backstage. Kathy Kelly's interviewing Seth Rollins. And she goes, "Seth, last week, the ring general Gunther, he came to that ring and you challenged you to a match at SummerSlam and you accepted it. So you've got a big clash with Gunther at SummerSlam. What I really need to ask you is, last week Gunther, he said some really personal things about you and your family." Seth goes, "Kathy, I know exactly what Gunther's trying to do. In the last week, I went home, I saw my kids, and sort of all the stress in my life sort of went away for those moments when I was with my kids. They're my world, Kathy. I sort of reflected on the man I've become, and I thought all of this was nothing to really be stressed about, because all the important things in my life were right there. But Gunther, he disrespected me. He disrespected my children. He knows that I've got a lot going on in my head right now. I'm not exactly in the right frame of mind, so he's using that as mind games. Kathy, it's smart. Trust me, it is. Because it worked. I got aggressive at Gunther last week, and I'm going to stomp his head in at SummerSlam, making him pay for speaking about my children. But that's all Gunther's trying to do, is it's mind games. He's more than just a ring general, one of the greatest wrestlers of this generation inside that ring. He's great at getting inside your head and making him think that he's already won before he steps into the ring. But all you need to know, Kathy Kelly, is that little Rue, she's at home, she's fine, she's got a nanny, and she's being raised by two perfectly sane, normal parents. And then Seth turns around and Becky is there in her fucking ridiculous outfit and her sunglasses. And Seth sort of like looks her up and down and says, "Nice fit," and then walks off. And then the camera then lingers on Becky, and then she walks into a nearby locker room, which has got Tegan and Piper in it. And she goes, "Hey girls, I'm here now, we can strategize." And Tegan goes, "We've been doing, I don't know about you, but we've been doing that, okay? But we're sort of part of a foursome over on SmackDown." She goes, "Great, so what have you come up with?" And then Tegan goes, "So, I was thinking that, I don't care. Right, so what we should do is, Bird Girl should start the match, okay, because you'll never guess what she looks like, okay? I've got this great gear for her, she matches me, and I think it really suits her, like, she's extravagant. She seemed to think it was a little bit too tight, but quite frankly, she can have that pizzazz and that fire and that aura the second she walks out of that curtain. But that brings me to you two. Okay, so what you two need to do is stand on the apron and do nothing." And Piper goes, "Nothing." Becky goes, "Yeah." And Piper goes, the women's tag team champions, the greatest women's tag team in this company. You want us to do nothing." Becky goes, "Does she have a hearing problem, or is my speech a little bit off?" Tegan goes, "No, we heard you loud and clear. We just think it's a little bit ridiculous that you're coming in here demanding to take lead in this tag team match tonight, when we need to take the victory if you want to keep our match 2-on-2 and not 2v2v2v2. Becky goes, that's a lot of twos. Because yeah, it is. So, how about you, Becky, for once in your life, take advice from champions? Becky just glares across at him and goes, the only reason you two are champions is because I haven't got the rub of those championships yet. Whether it be you two, or the other two, or the other two, no matter who, after SummerSlam, I'll be the tag team champions. See you out there tonight. And she leaves. Piper and Tegan let out a massive sigh as soon as Becky leaves the room. Logan Paul and KSI come to the ring, flanked by the Prime Entourage, being Jeff Jarrett, Cameron Grimes, Carlito, and the Prime Saurus. The game goes, what is up, Portland? Now, myself and JJ, we've got a lot of great business ventures on the horizon, some stuff we're very, very excited about. Your kids are going to love it. But first, we got SummerSlam on the horizon. It's business for us as the WWE World Tag Team Champions. And myself and JJ, business moguls, YouTube megastars, social media influencers, have to lower ourselves to the common man and step into the ring with Tozawa and Humberto at SummerSlam for our championships. Now, I don't really watch when I'm not on the show because I'm a busy man, as I said. But people seem to be gassing these two kids up as some great tag team. I don't see it. Okay? We're the greatest tag team here in WWE because these championships say so. And then Humberto and Tozawa come out with Xia Li. And Humberto goes, Logan, it's funny. You call yourself the greatest tag team here in WWE, but if I were to take a poll of the Portland, Oregon crowd here tonight, how many of you even remembered that Logan Paul and KSI were the champions? I'm going to guess not many of you because you're not here a lot. And all you've done since you've been here is create this entourage just to prop yourself up on some pedestal you don't deserve to be on, Logan. Again, all of your industries, all your businesses, your entire career, take nothing away from you. I'm sure you've worked damn hard to get to where you're at. But not in WWE. Not with those championships. And it's SummerSlam. I can't remember if it's Saturday or Sunday. We're going to take our titles back. The title that Akira never lost. And the title that I only lost because of you. And he sort of looks past Logan and KSI and looks at the Prime Saurus who's there. Like, he's not even making eye contact really with them. He's sort of just staring, like, directly straight ahead. And Humberto goes, I don't want to talk to, the YouTubers, we'll see them outside of SummerSlam. I want to talk to you, Zergus. Because that is your name. Look at yourself. I forgive you, okay? I get it. Last year, with everything going on with Akira, tensions were high. There's a lot of things going on in both our brains. Neither of us knew really how to process what was going on with Akira. That was all very real, man. Me, you, Xia, none of us were the same after then. But this? Did you really fall on that hard times that you had to sell your soul to Logan Paul and Prime? You're not the Prime Saurus, you're Zergus. Zergus the Mighty. You're my best friend. And it hurts me to see what you've become. But if this is the road you want to take, then so be it. Just know that at this street fight at SummerSlam, if you and I have to cross paths, I'm sorry. Like, shut this dumbass's sob story up, okay? Nobody cares about your sob story. People tuned in to see Logan Paul and KSI. Nobody tuned in to see Humberto Carrillo whine about his sob story. Wah, Akira got a brain tumor, okay? But he's standing right here, and I'll knock him out just as much, okay? And speaking of knocking out, how about we knock you guys out right now? And Jeff Jarrett and Cameron Grimes and Carlito approach Path of the Dragon. Zergus sort of doesn't move. He sort of still just stands there blankly staring straight ahead. We get a brawl, them three against Humberto and Tozawa. Logan Paul and KSI do scoot away. Logan starts like shouting for the Prime Saurus to attack him. And then, he grabs Humberto by the throat. And he like stares at him as he holds in position for a chokeslam. And Tozawa like jumps on his back. Xia Li is screaming at him, no, put him down. And then Logan Paul gets in the ring and he slaps him in the face. He goes, chokeslam this son of a bitch right now. And he shakes Cesaro off and he chokeslams Humberto down. And he goes, as a matter of fact, get a referee out. These two ain't making it to SummerSlam. And then we get an impromptu tag match. Jeff Jarrett and Cameron Grimes against Path of the Dragon. It's a 78. Big carry job from the boys there. But yes, Tozawa and Humberto do pick up the win. Tozawa pinning Cameron Grimes with a diving senton in 7:56. 78 for Humberto, 74 for Akira Tozawa, 45 for Jeff Jarrett, and a 62 for Cameron Grimes. Okay, so it was Kevin Patrick being rated is what nerfed this, okay. Noted. But it's part 2 of the aforementioned promo. I imagine this happened after the AJ Styles one. So he goes, Finn, earlier on I sat down with AJ Styles. And he said a lot of things about you and your history. About the club you built. And Finn goes, oh, did he? You see, this is where our portions of the interview are going to differ, Kevin. I anointed AJ next up. I was the one who said that I trusted AJ Styles to carry my flag when I came over here to WWE to try and make it big in America. And it was good, okay? AJ did me proud. He knew that I made the right decision to anoint him. And you said that AJ claimed he's the most underrated superstar of this generation. That's bullcrap. I don't mean to diminish anything that he said, but come on. AJ Styles underrated? To who? Okay, Kevin, you know what's really underrated? Finn Balor. A lot of people used to look at Finn Balor in NXT and said, hey, when's he going to put the cool paint on? And sure, I still have that demon inside me every now and again. But I'm more than just that, Kevin. I am a former world champion. 2 times. I'm the inaugural Universal Champion. I made it big here in America while AJ Styles was still over in Japan, catching up to me and carrying my flag that I planted. And sure, he may have found just as much, if not more, success over here as I did. That's what makes this all so sweet, Kevin. That's why we'd make the perfect team. Our pasts, our presents, and our futures all intertwine. But I guess now, that's all dead. It's fine. Because after SummerSlam, AJ Styles will be too. And then cut back to the hospital hosting Shirai. Manny sort of like sneaks in. There's no Dio there, it's just Manny. Like it's late at night. And he like whispers up to the front desk and goes, hey, I got an emergency phone call from one of your patients. Shirai. He goes, oh, right this way. And he takes her to the room and Shirai just there, like, awake in her bed at night. And he goes, hey, what's up? Why'd you text me? And Shirai goes, we could get out of here together. And he goes, what do you mean you can't? So he goes, listen, I understand why. You don't want to set me free. I know you're just trying to protect me. Manny goes, well, yeah, well, you and other people, because you're not exactly, sane right now. And Shirai, like, puts her hand on Manny's face. She goes, Manny, how do you really feel? And Manny sort of, just pauses, and he goes, I can't let you. And then Manny and Shirai do share a kiss in the hospital room. And Manny sort of like is taken aback by it. And then she goes, Manny, we can get out. we can leave together. Manny goes, what if they see me? And she just smiles and goes, oh, I don't think that will be a problem. And she walks out and leaves the hospital door open. Just walks out to the front desks. We just hear like loud bangs coming from the front desk and like the waiting room in the front. And then Shirai just gleefully like pulls her head back through the door frame and like smiling and goes, I think we're good to go. And Manny like awkwardly walks out and goes, what the hell happened out here? And then it's, you know, a bloody mess. All of the people have been laid out. Shirai grabs Manny's hands and like leans into him and goes, isn't this what you always wanted? Us to be together? And Manny sort of like just looks down at Shirai, and he does follow her out. Serenity 7. Nice. Alexa and Bayley. I guess Alexa has sort of become Bayley's friend because they had issues with Cora and Roxy. So when Bayley's friends against the Page Sisters, she calls upon Alexa. And they do defeat the Page Sisters. Bayley pinning Kenzie with a Rose Plant in 9 minutes and 40. 83 for Bayley, 69 for Alexa Bliss, 43 for Kylie Page, 51 for Kenzie Page. Then after the match, Bayley takes the mic. And she goes, Nova, Nebula. I'm tired of the jumps from behind, or the twisted words. One's here, one's not. Get out here right now and speak to me woman to woman. And Nova comes down and goes, oh, how bold of you, Bayley. It's taken you so long to actually, want to come out here and speak your mind to me ahead of SummerSlam. Well, I guess with only 5 days to go before I take your championship, I suppose it's good for me to let you know how and why your championship reign is about to come to an end at the hand of the Queen of the Cosmos at SummerSlam this Saturday night. I've said it all before, Bayley, about me needing to get back what is mine, but that's not the only reason I chose you. You know why I chose you, Bayley. Because you are the gatekeeper. Bayley, your entire career has been, you were the fourth best of your group. And at WrestleMania, you had this four-way between all four of you to prove who was the best and came out on top, and it was you. And yet, nobody looks at you like the winner. Sure, you may be the women's champion around here, but you're just Bayley. People don't pay tickets to see just Bayley. People pay tickets to see superstars. And at the minute, I'm not quite that superstar, but after SummerSlam, when I take your championship, I will be. I'll take that championship to heights it's never seen before. It floundered for the last year on this brand because I went away. I'd have been champion this entire time. And I saw it get hot potato back and forth between the same old women. You had it, Sasha had it, Charlotte had it, Rhea had it, Becky had it. No more of that. This era, all of it, goes up at SummerSlam. We usher in the new era of the Queen of the Cosmos, the new era of Nova Nebula. Becky responds, or Bayley even responds. She goes, listen, you're not saying anything new to me. You think I don't notice? Okay, you think I don't notice how I'm always the least marketed? I'm always the least over. I'm always the least popular, the least relevant of all of my peers. You think that hasn't been on my mind for the last 8 years? Let me tell you one thing perfectly clear, Nova. Okay, back in NXT, I wasn't the number 4 of my peers, okay? I was the number 1 of 1. An entire generation of women started this industry, probably including your generation, because of a match I had. I'm the WWE Women's Champion. I won the main event of WrestleMania. I competed in the main event of WrestleMania 2 years in a row. So if people still want to look at me as lesser than Sasha Banks, lesser than Charlotte Flair, lesser than Becky Lynch, I truly don't care anymore. No, if you want to look at me like lesser than those people, because what that will tell me about you is that you are not smart and that your opinions aren't worth listening to. Because I know, all I need to know is that I'm on top of the world right now. I am where 10-year-old Bailey scribbling on her textbooks back in school always dreamed of being. It's going to take a hell of a lot to knock me off this perch. Becky Lynch couldn't do it. Sasha Banks couldn't do it. Charlotte Flair couldn't do it. Bianca Belair couldn't do it. Cora, she couldn't do it with all of her built-up vengeance. And you want me to believe some little up-and-coming alien girl has what it takes to take this championship from me? Nova, I've seen hundreds of you come and hundreds of you go. Sure, I may just be Bailey, but I'm the only Bailey. And this Saturday night, the only Bailey is going to put you down as a cruel reminder of what I can and will still be capable of, because I'm at the top. And you can climb as many stratospheres as you want. You can't get on my level. Quick backstage segment. EST, all four of them. This is the first time all four of them have been in segment together for a while. And Ben goes, babe, you're going to be doing it, baby. And it was going to be great tonight, babe. You and Oro against Buddy and Orange, two losers, babe. You're going to get this. And then we are going to be a power couple. Whether you want to be tag team champions or WWE champion, who cares? Because you're going to be champions. And after SummerSlam, and we win tonight, we're going to go into SummerSlam and win a SummerSlam, and then we'll be tag team champions, babe. And it'll all be great. Our power couple will rise once again. Tess goes, yeah, it's nice to actually be booked tonight. So, excuse me, babe, I've got a match to attend to. Then Oro and Montez Ford leave. And then Roxy Perez and Cora Jade walk in. She goes, hey, B. Goes, don't you call me B. We ain't close like that. Cora goes, relax. I'm just trying to get on the same page ahead of our big match tonight. A little birdie told me that Becky and her team were butting heads earlier on tonight. It's sad. It's really sad. And Bianca goes, Cora, I don't need this crap, okay? Listen, I know what you're going to say. You want us to be on the same page tonight. Okay, you got a deal. Let's make one thing perfectly clear, little girl. I didn't forget about what you did to me back at Clash at the Castle. I'll be standing here WWE Women's Champion right now if it wasn't for you getting involved in my match. Can I let you be my partner tonight and give you the title opportunity at SummerSlam if it gets me in there as well? Sure. But at SummerSlam, when we're enemies again, I'm going to give you twice the beating. Do we have ourselves a deal? And Cora goes, we have ourselves a deal, Bianca. Bianca goes, great. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, Cora, Roxy. And then she walks off. 84 rating for that tag match. Montez Ford and Oro Mensah do defeat Orange Cassidy and Buddy Bloody Murphy. Montez Ford pinning Buddy Bloody Murphy with a frog splash. 85 for Montez Ford, 73 for Oro Mensah, 81 for Buddy Bloody Murphy, 72 for Orange Cassidy. Oro getting a 73 is pretty good here. It is proof that, when I moved over to this game and they started rating the people and it was starting to, hamper the segment ratings, it is obviously proving that it is actually working, because now Oro Mensah, of all people, is getting a 73. So, he's clearly getting a little bit more over. And yeah, nice little win for him and Montez Ford. Buddy Murphy and Orange Cassidy. Well, Buddy Murphy won last week, and Orange is, the sort of character who can take as many defeats and not lose credibility, because, I don't want to say he's a gimmick, but he has a gimmick that means that, he can get away with losing a lot. Eternal underdog, I guess. Yeah. We see Batista. He's doing another one of his workout videos, but this time you can clearly see he's gassed and sweating and struggling through it. And Batista, he turns to the camera. And he goes, Bronson Steiner, what you're watching right now is me at a moment of weakness. What you're witnessing right now is an old man coming out of retirement after 5 years for one more chance to beat some sense into a young kid. Now, you're looking at me as easy prey. You're looking at me the same way I looked at everybody back when I was your age. And I'm going to be 100% totally honest with you, Bronson. You're probably right. I probably don't have what it takes to keep up with you. But that's not what makes me the animal. Being the animal isn't just having the strength. It's about having the fire inside to keep up. That knowing determination that even if you know you're about to go into a fight and you're about to lose, you go into that fight anyway because you're that guy. You gotta prove that you're that guy. Bronson Steiner, are you that guy? 'Cause I'm that guy. Win, lose, or draw, no matter what happens at SummerSlam, you're never gonna forget being in the ring with the animal. We then see Becky, she's in Gorilla, doing some sort of like little weird jig, waiting for Lyra. When she sadly we see Becky notice her off camera and goes, "Hey, there she is. Oh, you look fantastic and beautiful and so hot, bird girl." And she walks into frame. She's all upset. Her hair's all spiked up. I'm imagining I think Lyra used a hairstyle similar to it, where she had it a mohawk, but with ponytails at one point. She's got that hairstyle. She's wearing a matching David Bowie Ziggy Stardust outfit to Becky. And she sort of looks upset, and she's like, makeup also ridiculous, of course. Because Becky, I look ridiculous. It's not me. Becky goes, nonsense. When I first became big time Bex, I didn't think this was me either. You gotta own the gear, own the look. Okay, now follow me. And then she starts jigging, and then Lyra half-assedly starts jigging. She goes, you gotta put your heart into it, bird girl, because we're never gonna be I'm never gonna be the tag team champions if you can't back me up, okay? Because every singer needs their backup vocalists, and maybe you can have your name on the marquee. Now it goes left, right, left, stomp, and then she's left, right, left, stomp. Make you see, you're getting it, and then her theme plays, and Lyra sort of watches herself in the mirror as Becky leaves to go out for the ring. Starts jigging to herself. Finally starting to get into the groove of her new look. And then she does follow Becky out for the 8-woman tag team match. 85 rating. Let's fucking go. Banger. Yeah. And in a result I'm sure you're all absolutely flabbergasted by. The heel team do win here. Bianca Belair, Jakara Jackson, Cora Jade, and Roxy Perez defeat Becky, Lyra, and the Liberators. At the finish, though, Bianca Belair pins Becky Lynch because Piper Niven accidentally struck Becky Lynch. There's some miscommunication between Becky and Piper. Piper accidentally knocks Becky down and then into a KOD. And Bianca does pin Becky to get into the match. 75 for Tegan, 79 for Piper, 72 for Lyra, 86 for Becky, 83 for Roxy, 76 for Cora, 49 for Jakara Jackson, and 83 for Bianca Belair. And the heels, they do celebrate, but Bianca Belair immediately, tosses Cora Jade to the floor. She goes, no, I'll see you at SummerSlam, bitch. And then they leave, and then our babyfaces are recovering in the ring. Becky, grabs both sets of tag team titles and, looks down at them. And then Tegan's hey, they're ours. Becky sort of just growls at him. Goes, you. Piper's what? Because you did this. You screwed up everything. Because, I did, okay? I wasn't the one who took the pin. Okay, Becky, that was you. Because I would have taken the pin if you would have just done as I said and not gotten involved. Because you're a big loser who screws everything up. Okay, look at Bird Girl. She followed my lead. Now she's better than ever. You're away from your friends for 1 week, and you don't even know what to do. You can't even control yourself. Because you have no control, because you've got no anything, because you're just a big, dumb, fat idiot. And she slaps Piper Niven in the face, and of course Piper Niven is fucking furious. And Tegan can sort of see the change of expression on Piper's face, whoa, no. And then Piper, like, charges at Becky, like, pounces Becky Lynch, like, halfway across the ring. And she sells it like death and then rolls out of the ring. Lyra's, like, halfway getting into the ring, but she's, like, outside the ring as that's all going on. She, like, goes to get into the ring and then thinks better of it. You know, runs around to go and check to Becky and helps her to the back. And Tegan's there, like, you can't just do that. Because get better. Listen to her. This being the go-home show, we have nothing set for next week's Raw, but we do have a couple of new matches finally set for SummerSlam. The first being, as we just learnt, a four-way for the Women's Tag Team Championships. The champions Tegan Nox and Piper Niven will defend the championships against the team of Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria, as well as ESTs Bianca Belair and Jakara Jackson, and Roxy Perez and Cora Jade, in a four-way big women's tag team match for the titles. And then, also confirmed tonight, father versus son, Christian and Dijak, one-on-one at SummerSlam in Phoenix this weekend. Plus, it's been, like, brewing for the last couple of weeks, but here is the official confirmation. We heard about a triple threat match for the Liberty Championship, and that will be Tatum Paxley, Sasha Banks, and Candice LeRae. Tatum from Raw, Sasha from ECW, Candice from SmackDown, battling it out for the vacant title. For the Cruiserweight Championships, it's now official that Cedric Alexander will be the man to challenge Axiom for the title at SummerSlam. And for the Cruiserweight Trios Championships, LA Extreme will get a chance to regain their gold when they face off against the Dragon's Dojos, Dante Rios, Oni Lorcan, and Jonathan Gresham. And then get a quick backstage segment. Becky, you know, she's being helped to the back by Lyra. She goes, I don't need your help, Bird Girl, get off me. And Lyra goes, well, a little thanks would be great. She goes, thanks for what? And then Lyra goes, thanks for not letting Piper Niven tell you to mush out there. What the hell got over to you? But he goes, she threw it all the way, Bird Girl. It was supposed to just be me and you against them two. But because of her and her incompetency, there's now 4 other women in that match. And Lyra goes, well, that's 4 other women for you to show off your hot new outfit and stuff to. 4 more pairs of eyes on you when you become the tag team champions this weekend. And then Becky's like head just sort of snaps up, and she like turns to Lyra with a big smile on her face, and she goes, "What?" She goes, "You're more than just a pretty face, Bird Girl. You are a genius." And she like kisses her on the forehead and runs off. And I was like, "Thank you." 100 rated closing segment. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes come to the ring. And yeah, their final face-to-face. You know, Punk comes out first. He just stands in the ring. Cody comes out second. Big entrance. Crowd's going mental here in Portland. Going CM Punk, Cody, CM Punk. Trying for both men. And Punk goes, I just want to, listen to Portland right now and take all this in. I feel like Piper in Portland right now, ladies and gentlemen. But that's not gonna last forever. That could change as far as Sunday night. Now let's talk about Sunday night, Cody. You and I, we've been on very, very different paths to get here today. On Sunday night, that all changes. Monday morning, I hope we're still friends, but Sunday night, we won't be. And then Cody's like, well, CM Punk, Portland, what do you guys want to talk about? And he sort of like gestures to Punk as if to go like, start talking. And Punk goes, I want to talk about your dad, Cody. I'm sure you're sick of hearing his name by now. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. When you came out here last week and you called me out last week when I wasn't here, you hinted at this little story, but I know it. I don't know if the people of Portland, Oregon know it, so I'm going to tell it now if that's all right by you. You're right, in the year 2007, your father called me up on the phone, and he says, baby, I'm sending my youngest son, Cody, down to start his journey as a professional wrestler. And he, the American Dream, tells me that he wants me to keep an eye on his kid. And I'll be honest with you, at the time, I didn't know if I was the right guy for that job. I certainly didn't know you yet. I wasn't aware if you'd even need such a guardian angel as myself. I didn't think that you did, but when Dusty Rhodes asked you for a favor, obviously you say yes. Now, obviously it wasn't a hard job. I stayed out of your way. You didn't get in any trouble that you couldn't talk your way out of, at least. You didn't fall into the same vices a lot of our contemporaries did. I saw you step into the ring for the first time, and I watched you grow from a preliminary wrestler into a bona fide main event WWE champion superstar, and that is the man who stands before me today. Now, I mention all of this. I bring your father up because Cody Rhodes Sunday, Dave Bautista's not the only person who's breaking a promise to somebody he idolized, okay? Because I'm also going to be breaking a promise. Because your father told me to look after you, but at SummerSlam, when the bell rings, and you and I are face to face in this ring for that, I'm not going to be looking out for you, Cody. I'm going to be looking for you. And I'm going to do what I have to do. Because CM Punk is going to win at SummerSlam, and he's going to once again become WWE champion. Cody then, takes to his mic, and he goes, "You're not alone in that feeling of someone is talking to me but thinking about my father. I've worked with many of the greatest of all time in this industry. Dignitaries of this industry, such as Mr. Heyman. When they see me, they can't help but see the American dream, Dusty Rhodes. Now, obviously, that's a very large shadow, but I think, Punk, you and I know each other well, that you know that I have done everything in my power since I left here to not just be in that shadow, but to be the light in that shadow, to subvert the expectations on my own last name and be my own man. You brought up the OVW story. You're telling everything you said there was true. There's no lies to be spotted. I showed up to OVW. Only had folklore wrestling experience. No professional matches under my belt. I was a total 100% nepotism hire because of who my father was. And there was you, CM Punk, the king of the indies, toiling in that scene for 10 years, making a name for himself rather than being gifted a name. And you could have treated me like trash. You could have tossed me aside, but you didn't do that, Punk. You treated me like a peer. And after that, we became friends. That's how deep this goes back, and that's what makes all of this so bittersweet. Because, Punk, at SummerSlam, there are no friends. Punk just sort of takes the mic, he goes, "Okay, it's SummerSlam. What about Monday morning, Cody? I know there's no friends at SummerSlam. I've been at probably more than you have. But what about Monday morning? I can separate business from personal. Can you? I wasn't born into this business. You very much were. You grew up in this business. Personal to you is this business. You were the son of one of the most legendary wrestlers of all time. One of the greatest. I mentioned that you and I have traveled very different paths to get here. You see, Cody, I didn't have that famous dad. When you showed up all those years ago to OVW and everybody else saw Dusty, I didn't see Dusty, I saw Cody. I didn't necessarily see this nepotism hire that you called yourself, because everybody saw that you were born with this silver spoon in your mouth. You were born on third base ready to slam home the run. You were afforded all these great things. I didn't get... I had to scratch and claw and fight to get to where I was. And because of that, Cody, I saw the burden that being the son of the American dream Dusty Rhodes could be. I saw how hard coming out of that shadow was going to be for you, and I stand here in 2024 and congratulations, Cody Rhodes. You have done it, and you have passed with flying colors. But to all of our very differences, you standing there, WWE Champion, expensive suit. I'm here, hoodie, pants that I wore to the gym today. We both share one very similar goal. You see, Cody, I didn't have that famous dad. I didn't have the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, global heavyweight champion, superstar wrestler, whining and dining with kings and queens and whatever the rest of it was. Cody's like, slept in alleys, dined on pork and beans. Goes, exactly, I didn't have that. My father was blue collar. My father was an electrician. And when you think about it like that, Cody, it's kind of ironic, because I guess that makes me more of the American dream than you are. And that's why it gets a big oh. Cody smiles. He's like, okay, American dream. Here's what I want to talk about. The pipe bomb. 13 years ago, you sat up there. You sat cross-legged on that ramp and you said a few words. And you rattled off the blueprints to create this revolution in the industry, inspiring countless of professional wrestlers from all corners of the globe. There are wrestlers that have gotten into this industry today because of what you said on the ramp that night in Las Vegas. And count me as somebody who may not have got into the business because of that promo, but was inspired by the words you said. And then what happened, Punk? You left. And when you left, you left. You didn't stay behind and pass the torch off to somebody else. No, you dropped that on the way out. I don't think you really cared who picked that up after you dropped it, Punk. But I think you know who did. I did. Everything that you spoke about, I did. Where you talked, I walked. So the ironic part actually is, Punk, is that makes me more CM Punk than you. And CM Punk goes, you're more CM Punk than I am. Well, though, you're standing there WWE Champion. If you're CM Punk, this is what happens. This is the WWE Champion experience for CM Punk. Cody Rhodes, you've carried this company on your back for, 2 years now. And you've finally got that championship in your hands. You got the cover of the brand new WWE video game, which I also got. You reached that mountaintop, and you're the WWE champion. You finish your story, and you're busting your ass week in and week out. And then you hear what? Coming around the corner. A much bigger superstar. He's not been around here for a very long time, but he's coming to take it all away. When I'm talking about Phil Brooks as CM Punk, I'm talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. When I'm talking about Cody Rhodes as CM Punk, I'm talking about me. Because you see, Cody, ever since you returned here to WWE, there's a little nugget that I want to throw in here. You've had quite the rough go of things at SummerSlam, haven't you? Now let's take it back. The American Nightmare made his big return 2 years ago. He was head full speed on to become WWE Champion. He walked down that aisle, stood across the ring from WWE Champion Roman Reigns as a challenger. And you lost. Last year, Tokyo Dome, big international SummerSlam, you walked down that aisle as WWE Champion. You stood toe-to-toe with Drew McIntyre. And you lost. And this year, you're going to walk down that aisle once again, WWE Champion. You're going to stand across from CM Punk, and you're going to lose. You see, the weight of being WWE Champion, it's a heavy one, Punk. Oh, Cody. So, allow me, as I did all those years ago back in OVW, to take that burden from you. Because, hey, I'm just looking out for you, kid. And Cody just laughs and goes, there he is, the great CM Punk looking out for me once again. Listen, you talked all about the American Dream. And you should know this about the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I'm sure you already do. He was my best friend. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that my best friend remains proud of everything that I did. You see, Punk, there's one big difference between you and I. You mentioned a lot of them already. but I'm going to bring another one up for you right now. It's respect. You made a name of yourself by being this punky kid, hell, it's in your name, and showing little respect to those around you, and now you've come back here, as an elder, demanding respect from the others. So here's what I can promise you, CM Punk. Sunday night, when that bell rings after our main event, the better man will stand in this ring as the WWE Champion. And whatever happens, I will stand here with respect, even after all the barbs we throw at each other tonight. And I'll extend my hand out to you. And hopefully, you'll shake my hand. Because if you don't, that shows you what kind of a man you really are. Because, Punk, even after all of this, I can handle when people come out here and dress me down on the microphone. And not take that personally and let it get to my head. Can you? And then they go, face to face, forehead to forehead, mouth and like other inaudible stuff off. And that's how the show goes off the air. Yeah, I did write a lot of that out. It's very much workshopped from the real face to face they had in real life. Like, a lot of it was like the same stuff. I just like edited some of it to make it match my timeline rather than the real life timeline. But it was a good fucking promo. I watched it before, literally before recording this. So yeah. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, WWE Championship, SummerSlam Night 2 main event. 91 rated show. Yeah, baby, SummerSlam is cooking right now. And that is it for the Raw build. Yeah. Do let me know what you thought in the comments below of the show, because obviously that's more important than the 91 rating. And I'll see you on the other side now for Heat. Heat kicks off with a nice little segment. We have a fucking huge main event for Heat tonight. Because this Liberty Championship storyline is mainly played out on Heat, it made sense for the Go-Home episode of Heat to really focus on that storyline. So tonight, we have a big trios or three-way tag main event. It's obviously Tatum, Sasha, and Candice in action with a partner of their choice. So, the match felt natural. Dakota Kai, the Women's World Champion, will team with Candice LeRae. Rhea Ripley, the number one contender for the ECW Women's Championship, will team with Tatum Paxley. And then Indy Hartwell will team with Sasha. But obviously the teams all wrote themselves. So yeah, that's a big-ass main event for fucking Heat tonight. 71 rated 8-woman tag to open the show. J-Flo, Maki, Marika, Mizuki, and Tam defeat 4 NXT girls. Katana Chance, Ren Sinclair, Rosie Riley, and Flannery Bentley. Maki pinning Flannery Bentley with a diving headbutt in 9:41. 70 for Tam, 69 for Mizuki, 63 for Marika, 74 for Maki, 37 for Ren, 60 for Rosie, and for Katana, and 40 for Flannery. So yeah, obviously Caden Carter was a victim of the NXT purge of contract renewal bullcrap that I forgot to do. So Katana Chance is on her own right now, and 60 is actually not the right score for her, so, who knows what her future holds. But then after the match, Chelsea Green's music hits, as J-Flo was celebrating, and they all look pissed off to see her. I forgot to put J-Flo on screen, but they are here. She goes, girls, 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 what a great victory tonight. I can't help but think that things between us, we got off on the wrong foot. You've opened my eyes about how great your homeland can be. And I just wanted to come out here and celebrate, a little toast between you and I, for Japanese starlets, one Canadian. We can share, some of your cultural dishes. I bought some sushi. I'm gonna try it. I've never actually had this before. I'm gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be great. And consider this a bond between myself and the Japanese. She takes a bite out of it, gags and spits it out into Maki's face. I just hits Maki in the face. And she goes, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's just well, I mean, it's your fault. What are you eating raw fish for? Can your country not even create good food? Trust bad music, bad wrestlers, bad cartoons, bad smells, and now bad food. Is there anything that you can do? Because listen around here, the Great White North is the greatest country on this planet. Okay, and I am its greatest export, and you are getting in my way of my success. So I'll dispose of you the same way I'll dispose of this crappy food. And she throws the sushi into the crowd. You know, people in the crowd get free sushi. Nice. And then she turns around, Mackie slaps her in the face. And then J Flow 4-on-1 attack Chelsea Green. 64. I knew 8 minutes and thought it was too long for this match, but I thought scripting it would do better, but apparently not. But yeah, Tiffany Stratton and Ivy Nile have a quick match. Tiffany wasn't on Raw this week, so just give her a nice win on Heat. She pins Ivy with the PME in 8:40. 72 for Tiffany, 66 for Ivy Nile. Now, an 84 rated main event. Thank the heavens nobody got injured here. That was a concern as I put enter on the match. But yes, the All-Star main event. Rhea Ripley and TM Paxi to pick up the win. Rhea pins Indy Hartwell with the Riptide in 17:54. 74 for Tatum, 95 for Rhea, 87 for Dakota. No, 87 for Candice, 82 for Dakota, 85 for Sasha, 63 for Indy. And yeah, Rhea Ripley and Tatum get the last laugh. But of course, Tatum is, Rhea did a favour for Tatum tonight, but Tatum's doing a favour for Rhea tomorrow when she wrestles Florence on ECW, so, all's well that ends well, right? Yeah, 76 rated Heat is fine. Indy Hartwell was used too much. Whatever game, sure. What matters more is what you thought of the show. Do let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time for the final ECW of On the Road to SummerSlam, where we've got a lot of questions regarding Team Heyman and whether or not the Dudleys will make SummerSlam. See you then.